Hello everyone, myself Sravanthi, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Cybersecurity and Data Science in MLR Institute of Technology. Today our topic is design of DFA with examples. How to construct or how to design DFA. Till now we have discussed in the last class, we have discussed what is DFA, how to define a DFA, what are the tuples we are going to use, all those things I have discussed. Now we are going to see few examples on that. So there are different types of examples we have on DFA. So that is the starts with, ends with, contains, length, divisibility. These are the different types of examples we are going to see. So the first one is construct DFA which accepts all the strings over alphabet sigma equal to 0, 1 starts with 0. So I am going to have here, we are going to construct or design DFA which accepts all the strings over sigma. Sigma is nothing but points to alphabet. What are the input symbols I am having? 0, 1 are the input symbols I am having. So the DFA, the string, the diagram or the state diagram should accept that starts with 0. The string should starts with 0 should be accepted. So to do that, first we are going to construct a language. So if we find this type of questions, first we need to construct a language. In that language, so we will be having, language is nothing but what? It's a collection of strings. So the strings should start with what? 0. It should start with 0. So what is the question? It should start with 0. What are the input symbols I am having? 0, 1. 0, 1 are the input symbols I am having, but it should start, my condition is it should start with 0. So 0. First, I am taking it as 0. Next, I can have anything. 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 00. Anything can be accepted. So on. So, it is nothing but I am having any number of strings. I can have any number of strings. Nothing but infinite number of strings I am going to have. Infinite number of strings. Why? Because the condition they gave is it should start with only 0. But they didn't give that it should have, the language should consisting of 10 strings or 5 strings. That is not the constraint. Only the constraint is the string should start with 0. It can have after, ending can be anything. In middle also it can be anything. Nothing but 0, and here I can have 0 or 1. It's a combination of 0 or 1. Why I am taking 0, 1? Because here the alphabet we gave is 0, 1. So first we need to construct a language and check what is the minimum length I am having. So 0, nothing but only one string I am having, one length string. So nothing but the number of states I can have is n plus 1 number of states. So what is the length of the string? It is 1. So 1 plus 1 is nothing but 2 states I can have. So first we need to construct a language. Then after constructing the language, we need to check which is the minimum length. So 0 is the first string, 1 length is there. So that is nothing but 1 length. That is minimum string. So n plus 1, nothing but 1 plus 1. So I can have 2 states in my DFA diagram. So what are the 2 states? I can take any 2 states. So Q0, Q1, Q0, Q1. So 1 state, 1 state. So 2 states are there. So what is the condition? It should start with 0. Based on this language, we are going to construct a DFA diagram. Based on this language, we are going to construct the DFA diagram. So what is the first input string I am having? 0. So 0. So before that, so we need to plot what is the initial state and what is the final state. So Q0 is my starting state or initial state. Why? Because only the first state will be the starting state. The starting state is represented with arrow with no inputs. Arrow with no inputs. So when I give input 0, it is moving to the some other state. So that is nothing but it is the final state. It is the final state. So Q1 is final state. So it is represented with 2 circles. It is represented with 2 circles. The first string is accepted. So the next one what I am having? 0, 1. So 0, 1. So next I am going to plot the second string from this diagram. 0. And what I am having? 1. So I can plot here 1. I can plot here 1. So 0, it reads from Q0 to Q1 0 Again, so from Q1, again it is reading the 1. So this string is also accepted from this diagram. From this transition diagram, this 0, 1 is also accepted. So the next what I am having, 0, 1, 1. So 0, 1, 1. Q0 on 0, it is moving to Q1. So see here, 0, 1, 1. 0, 1, 1. So how we can do Q0 on 0? First input, nothing but Q0, sorry, Q0 on 0. So where it is moving? Q0 on 0, where it is moving? It is moving to Q1. It is moving to Q1. So again from Q1, where it is moving? From Q1 on 1, it is moving to the self loop Q1. So self loop is nothing but I can read it any number of times based on my string. I can read any number of times based on my string. So Q1. So again from Q1 on 1 input, where it is moving? Q1. Q1. So nothing but the Q1 is my final state. So the string is accepted. The string is accepted based on this diagram. So the next I am having is 0, 1, 0. 0, 1, 0. Check 0, 1, 0. So from Q0 to Q1 on 0 input. So 0, 1, 0. So check this one by using transition function. So Q0 on 0, where it is going? To Q1. Q0 on 0, it is moving to Q1. So the next from Q1, next input symbol I am having is 1. So Q1 on 1, it is moving to Q1. So the next what I have? 0. So if I have a 0, where it should go? Where it should go? So I am writing here 1, 0. 1, 0. Why? Because this string is accepted according to my according to the condition. But the same string should be plotted here in the DFA diagram. So for that, I am writing here self loop 1, 0. I can the condition is it should start with 0, but it can end with either 0 or 1. So I am making it as self loop 1, 0. So Q1 on 0, it is staying in Q1. I have completed reading my string. So where I am here? Q1. So what is Q1 state? It is in final state. Nothing but this is accepted. The string is accepted. So the next 0, 0. Check 0, 0. Q0 on 0, it is moving to Q1. Q1 on 0, staying in the same state, final state. Nothing but the string is accepted. So this is the diagram based on these language. This is the string, it is accepted. Based on these language, the string is accepted. But we need to check whether this diagram is DFA or not. See here, the language, all the strings are accepted by this diagram, but it is not a DFA. The construction, the diagram which we have constructed, it is not a DFA. So we should make it a DFA. So what the DFA definition we are having? So for every input, there should be some path. For every input, there should be some path. See here, Q0 on 0, it is having some path Q1. But Q0 on 1 input, is there any path? There is no path. But we should point some path. So if I keep a self loop, the language is not accepted. I cannot move to Q1. So I am making one dummy state or dead state. I am making one dummy state or dead state. Dummy state or dead state. So dummy state or dead state is nothing but this state is holding one input. This state is holding one input. So for every state, there should be 2 inputs. Why 2 inputs? Because here according to this diagram, there are 2 input symbols are there. For every state, there should be paths, input symbols. So Q0 is having 0 input and 1 input. Q1 is having 1 and 0 inputs. Q pi, even it is a dead state, these should also have the input symbols. What are the input symbols we are having? That should be plotted. Why? Because to satisfy DFA, all the states, what are the states we are plotting in this diagram, that should have the inputs. So now it is satisfying my DFA diagram. It's clear? So the next one, DFA which accepts all the strings over alphabet starts with 0, 1. It should starts with 0, 1. So this is the alphabet they gave. So sigma equals 0, 1 are the two input symbols I am having, and my condition is the string should start with 0, 1. It should start with, the string should start with 0, 1. So to construct DFA, first what we need to do, we need to define language. We need to write we need to construct language. So language we are going to construct. So what the condition is, it should start with 0, 1, but ending can be 0 or 1. It can be 0 or 1, but the starting is fixed. So first I am taking the first string is 0, 0, 1. Next I am having is 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, some 0, 1, 0, 1, any number. So this language is also a infinite language. This language is also a infinite language. Why? Because there is no constraint that these many strings should be there. The only constraint is it should start with 0, 1. If I write here 1, 0, is this accepted? It is not accepted. Why? Because it is starting with 1 input, but here it is starting with 0 followed by 1. So this is not accepted. So this is not accepted. So the language we have constructed, and it is a infinite language. So now based on these language, we are going to construct a DFA diagram. So first we need to check what is the minimum length from this language, minimum length string. So the first one is the minimum length string. How much it is? 2. So the number of states we can have is n plus 1 is nothing but 2 plus 1. So we can have 3 states. We can have 3 states. So here based on this, we will be having 3 states, nothing but 3 circles. So I can have Q0, Q1, Q2. So these are the 3 states I am taking. So 3 states. So what is the first one I am having? 0 and 1. 0 and 1. The first string I have constructed. So before that I need to make initial state, and the Q2 is my final state. Q2 is my final state. So the first string is accepted. So let me check the next string. 0, 1, 0. 0, 1, 0. So 0 is there. So the ending can be anything can be there. The ending can be anything, but the starting is only fixed. The starting is only fixed. Let me check whether this string is accepted or not. So we have discussed how we are going to check whether the string is accepted. If it reaches the final state, when it starts from starting state, if it reaches the final state, we are going to tell that the string is accepted. So see here 0, 1, 0. 0, 1, 0. So Q0 on 0, it is moving to Q1. Q1 on 1, it is moving to Q2. Q2 on 0, it is moving to Q2. So which is my final state here? Q2 is my final state. So the given string is accepted. The given string is accepted. Let me check the next one. 0, 1, 1. So 0, 1. So I can have here 1. The string, the language, according to the condition, the language is accepted. So based on this, we are going to construct a diagram. So I am keeping here 0, 1. 0, 1. So let me check 0, 1, 1 also. Q0 on 0, it is moving to Q1 for 0, 1, 1. So Q1 on 1, it is moving to Q2. Q2 on 1, it is moving to Q2. So the given string is accepted. So the given string is accepted. So you may get doubt that why you are keeping here 0, 1 every time for Q2. So according to this language, I am keeping here 0, 1. I cannot plot 0 or 1 to Q1. Why? Because it is starting with 0, 1. Why? Because it is starting with 0, 1. If for example, if I plot here 1, so nothing but 0, 1, 1, 0. So that is nothing but, so I cannot point it. So that is the reason we are not plotting to the back. So the starting should be of 0, 1 and ending I can have as 0 or 1. Anything. It's a combination of 0, 1. So 0, 1. So next check 0101. So that string is also accepted. Q0 0101, right? 0101. So Q0 on 0, it is moving to Q1. Q1 on 1, it is moving to Q2. Q2 on 0. Q2 on 0, where it is going? Q2 on 0, it is going to 0. It is going to Q2. Q2 on 1, it is going to Q2. It is going to Q2. So we have plotted this. So the language, all the strings which we have written, all the strings are accepted by this diagram. All the strings are accepted by this diagram. So let me check whether it is satisfying my DFA. It is satisfying? No. Let me check it. Q0 on 0, it is moving to Q1. But Q0 on 1, there is no transition. There is no movement is there. So it is not satisfying DFA. Q0 is not satisfying. Let me check for Q1. Q1 on 1, it is moving to Q2. Q1 on 0, there is no transition. So nothing but it is not satisfying language. It is not satisfying DFA, but it is satisfying the given language. So we need to make the diagram or the transition diagram or the state diagram to a DFA, to convert it into a DFA. So what we are going to do? So we are going to create some dummy state. So dummy state. I am taking Q pi. We can take Q pi or D, anything you can take as a dummy state. So from Q0 to 0, it is plotted to Q1. So 1 is done. So for input symbol 1, there is no transition. So I have plotted here for 1. Next for Q1, on 1 it is moving. But Q1 on 0, there is no transition. So I am plotting it with 0. So Q1 is satisfying DFA. Now Q1 is also satisfying my DFA. Q2 is also satisfying my DFA. But Q pi is not satisfying. Every state, any state it can be. Either it is a dead state or dummy state, any state. But it should have input paths. There should be some transitions. So I am pointing it with self loop 0, 1. 0, 1 are the two input symbols I am pointing here. So you may get doubt that every time why you are taking 0, any input you can take. A, B is also satisfied. Anything, you take any input symbol, the procedure is same. The procedure is same. So Q pi is dead state. So will this Q0 on 1, it moves to Q pi. So even it goes to the Q pi, nothing happens. It is nothing but like a buffer it is acting. So why? Because to satisfy our DFA, we are doing this. To satisfy our DFA, we are doing this. Clear? So from these, so you can understand that the start states in DFA, the starts with will have a dead state. The starts with will have a dead state. Why? Because all the inputs are not plotted. So the next one is construct DFA which accepts all the strings over alphabet 0, 1, starts with 101. So starts with 101. So in our language, the string should start with 101. The string should start with 101. Let me construct the language. So first I am having is the same thing 101, 101. I cannot take 0101. Why? Because the string should start with 1 followed by 0 followed by 1. But it should not have starting 0. So this is not accepted. So this is not accepted. So the next I can have is 1010 is accepted. 10101 is accepted. Anything I can have starts with 101, but in the end I can have 01. It's a combination of zeros and combination of ones. But the only condition is it should have 101 as my starting state. So that is the only difference we are having here. So let me write here 1011, so on. So what type of language it is? A infinite language. It is a infinite language. Infinite language. So let me check from this language which is the minimum length string. So the first one is the minimum length string. What is the length of this string? 3. So the number of states we'll be having is 4 states. The number of states are 4, n plus 1. So nothing but 3 plus 1. 4 states will be there. So Q0, So Q0. So constructing plotting 4 states, Q1, Q2 and Q3 are the 4 states. Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3 are the 4 states. The first what I am going to do, I am going to plot the first string. So 1, 0, 1. 1, when I am having one input, it is moving to the next state. And when I am having the next input symbol is 0. So when I give input symbol 0, it is moving to the next state. When the next input symbol is 1, 1, 0, 1, it is reaching my last state. So nothing but final state. So final state is represented with two circles. The starting state is represented with edge or arrow with no inputs. So the first string, check it, 1, 0, 1. It reaches my final state. So then I can tell that the string is accepted. We can tell that the string is accepted. So the next one is 1, 0, 1, 0. So let me check it. 1, 0, 1, 0 is accepted. It is having 1, 0, 1. Let me plot it here. Q0 on 0. Q0 on 0. It is moving to the Q1 state. Sorry. Q0 on 1. Sorry. Next, Q1 on 0. It is going to the Q2 state. And Q2 on 1. It is going to the Q3 state. The next I am having is 0. So where it should go? It should stay in the final state because this string should be accepted. According to the given condition, we have written the language. So these all the strings should accept by this diagram. So I cannot move from Q3 to Q2. I cannot plot. Why? Because if I plot 1, 0, 1, if I plot here 0, it is moving to Q2. But Q2 is my final state? No, it is not my final state. So we can tell that this string is not accepted. But according to the condition, we have written the language, that string is accepted. So we need to construct the same way the diagram. So nothing but, we cannot plot here. So what we are going to do here, the Q3 is nothing but self loop 0. So nothing but where it is staying, Q3. The string is accepted. The string is accepted. As Q3 is my final state, the string is accepted. So the next 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. I am plotting there itself. The same thing. So nothing but here if I keep 1, the string is accepted. Q1, 1, 0, 1, 1. The string is accepted. So any strings you can take. So you need to check the given language, all the strings should be accepted. Based on that, we need to construct the DFA diagram. Based on that, the DFA diagram we need to construct. So see here. So check whether the string is a final DFA. Check whether the string is DFA. No, the string is not so the diagram is not a DFA. See here, the Q0 is having one state, but there is no 0 state. Q1 is having 0 state, but there is no 1 input. Q2 is having 1 state, but there is no input for 0. So we need to make this diagram as a DFA. So to do that, what we have done now, we have created one dummy state. We have created one dummy state. So dummy state Q pi I am taking. So from Q0 to Q1, there is only one input symbol 1. So I can keep here 0. I can keep here 0. So next Q1 to Q2, there is only one input symbol, that is 0. So only one input symbol is not there. So that is 1. Next Q2. So Q2 what I am having, Q2 to Q3, there is one input symbol, that is 1. But there is no 0 input symbol. So I can keep here. So what I am having here, 0 input symbol. This is nothing but 1. 1. So now again the Q pi, it is also a state. It should also have some transitions. So I am pointing it as 0, 1. 0, 1. Now this diagram is DFA. It accepts the DFA diagram. Till now the language is accepted, but it is not a DFA. Why? Because for each state there should be each input symbol, there should be some path. For 0 there is no path. So that is the reason we have created one dummy state. So without creating a dummy state, is it possible to construct? It is not possible because I cannot plot here 0. I cannot keep here 0. If I keep here 0, the string it reads is 0, 1, 0, 1. But according to the condition, it is not accepted. So that is the reason we cannot keep 0 here. So that's why we have created one dummy state and that name is Q pi. You can keep anything. If you want D, you can keep anything. So we are plotting. So this is about starts with. Thank you. In the next class, we will discuss ends with.